Hey Savant Squad, what is happening? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Savant Life and also search for my page on Facebook and give it a big old thumbs up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Savant Life. My name is Aslan and I'm back surprisingly with yet another brand new video, and I just thought it would be fair for me to address and to outline to all of you what happened after I made my last video. And in case you missed that, I will leave a link to that in the description below or link it somewhere up on the screen, either on this side or this side. You know, it will be somewhere so that you can go and take a look at that particular video. But essentially the summary of it is that when the 650cc twins were launched by Royal Enfield around December of last year, I went to a particular Royal Enfield showroom in Bangalore and I had a less than savory experience. In fact, it was quite unpleasant, and much later I made a video about it and it got a bit of traction and it caught a few people's attention at Royal Enfield. Now, as a YouTuber, if it is my responsibility and my right to criticize and to complain, then it is also my duty to showcase the other side and to narrate the whole story. So what happened over here was, within a day of that video being uploaded, I got a call from the Royal Enfield showroom in question, and the owner, Mr. Jai Kumar, actually wanted to talk to me personally in order to sort out the whole situation and to provide his side of the story. And he was extremely apologetic about the kind of experience that I'd had or any other customer in my position might have faced during the time that that particular individual in the video was the brand champ at Royal Enfield Indranagar. And I think that is very commendable, not only because he was willing to accept blame, outrightly admit that it was a mistake in hiring on their part and something that they regret happened, but not only that, I think it was also commendable that they were able to respond to something like this within a day's time, and that shows how serious Royal Enfield is about its brand image and about listening to its customers or even its its followers, because I'm not really a customer of Royal Enfield. I don't own a Royal Enfield bike, but we all have a voice and we made it heard. Also, I think it bears mentioning that the official Royal Enfield account on YouTube also commented on my video, as you can see over here, and they were regretful about the fact that it had such an experience and offered to try and resolve the situation. I told them that, hey, listen, someone from the showroom has already got in touch with me and I think we're in good hands, and everything pretty much ended well. Now, just one quick clarification, that the salesperson in question did not lose his job as a result of my video. In fact, I uploaded this video 6 months after the incident, and apparently they were having a lot of issues with this particular sales guy, and they let him go about 2 or 3 months after the incident had happened as well. So it had nothing to do with my video. It was just something that was a wrong hiring choice on their part, and sometimes it happens. You try to fit a square peg into a round hole and it just does not. You know what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm talking about. So that was one part of the video, but let's stick to the Royal Enfield theme a little bit, shall we? Because I read recently in the news that they decided to showcase 2 brand new customized bikes based off of their standard models at the Wheels and Waves Festival in France. Now, this is a pretty fancy festival that happens in France, and Royal Enfield took 2 of their brand new custom bikes. The first one is called BAAK Motocyclette, and as you can see from these photos, it looks absolutely stunning in that beautiful red, and it's based off of the Interceptor 650, and just the way it looks, the way they've combined those retro sensibilities along with the contemporary design just takes my breath away. And the second bike is the Nought Tea GT, and this is based off of the Continental GT 650, which in my humble opinion happens to be one of the most beautiful stock bikes in the country, especially in that white color. And they've taken that and they've made it more friendly for the racetrack by adding lighter weight parts and also that custom fairing and the dome in the front, which is supposed to make the bike more aerodynamic, just like I am supposed to be aerodynamic. Yes, I had to go there. It was just too easy of a joke to not crack. But the bike that really had me melting like a donut on a hot summer day is the Midas Royale, and this is based, as you can make out, on the Continental GT 650 as well. And boy oh boy, just take a minute and look at that bike from all different angles. Doesn't it look absolutely spectacular? Look at that design, that beautifully shaped headlamp, the classic black and gold color combination, and all of that generous amounts of carbon fiber thrown in all over the body and all over the rims. It is a thing of impeccable beauty, and I hope you noticed that incredibly gorgeous Royal Enfield logo in gold as well. I mean, this is as close as it gets to perfection, and I say as close as it gets because the thing that I don't like about this bike, yes, there's always got to be something, right? I mean, if I don't nitpick, then who will? The thing that I don't really like about this bike all that much is its backside, and I can't really quite tell what it is. I can't put my finger on it or my hands on it. However, we all realize how important a good backside is. And I'm specifically talking about a motorcycle before you get any other ideas. And I think there's just something a little amiss over here, but the rest of the bike is just incredible. And I don't know if it's ever going to be made available in some kind of limited edition model or what have you. But if they ever do it, then I think the people who get their hands on it, the aficionados, the Royal Enfield diehards, should consider themselves incredibly lucky because that's one spectacular bike. Now, in addition to that, they also had another bike called the MGR Roach, which is based off of the Royal Enfield Himalayan, and it's supposed to be a tourer. It has got a forged single-sided swing arm and extremely chunky tires, which makes this bike look really badass and the kind of machine that is just willing to take on all kinds of terrains, and that bike looks incredibly fun as well. And of course, they kind of had a couple of rally bikes as well, especially for this rally called the Malay Rally, I think it's called. I'm not sure if that is the correct pronunciation, but this is one of those rallies in the UK where people ride from one end of the country to another end of the country. So think of it as their version of a Kashmir to Kanyakumari trip. So I think all of those bikes looked really, really good in their own right. And I'm really encouraged by the fact that Royal Enfield is taking these kind of initiatives and really putting their money where their mouths are in terms of taking their stock bikes and really doing something cool, something fun, something very exciting for the biking community, for the biking enthusiasts. And that is one end of the spectrum as well. Sometimes you might walk into a showroom and get really a shitty customer experience, but at the same time, I think the company, the management itself is doing what they can in order to really differentiate themselves as a lifestyle brand and carve out a niche for themselves. So I wanted to make sure that I present the other side of the story as well, and I hope you appreciate this balanced perspective. If you have any comments or any questions, as always, then go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. And I'm thinking that I'll probably do more of these kind of sit-down videos when I'm just talking into a camera about the different kinds of things that are happening in the motorcycling community and maybe even outside of it. Speaking of which, have you seen Kabir Singh? Because everyone seems to be talking about it, everyone has an opinion about it, and a lot of people think that it is just a wrong kind of movie that is celebrating toxic masculinity, but it still seems to be setting the box office on fire. So does that say something about the state of our country? Well, let me know about that as well, but for right now, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care, ride safe, be good, and as always, have fun.